So there is a society. When people talk about these societies existing, especially in the
I
music
think they're
game,
everywhere, especially in the music.
but is it especially in the gospel music game, or is it just music in general?
I think they approach anybody that they think has influence,
But why? What's their end game?
endorsement. Let us into your space, into the people that you have influence over.
So we can influence them through you.
Let's grow our movement. You're a means to an end.
It was just after a beautiful performance, a night where more than 1,000 people had gathered to hear the anointed voice of Dr. Tumi. The atmosphere was filled with worship. People were still wiping tears from their eyes, and the beloved gospel star walked off stage to a standing ovation. But days later, everything changed. The police officers moved in around him, blue lights flashed, handcuffs locked, and before he could even process what was happening, Dr. Tumi was being escorted into a police vehicle, accused of fraud. The nation was stunned. How could a man who sang about healing, faith, and salvation suddenly be at the center of a multi-million rand scandal? That arrest became the turning point, the moment that exposed a side of the gospel industry the public never sees. Before the headlines, the handcuffs, and the courtrooms, there was a young medical doctor from Limpopo with a dream to heal people not just with medicine, but with music. Born to Misang Makweya, he grew up surrounded by church melodies and choir harmonies. His father was a pastor, and like many gospel stars, his earliest performances were in small church halls where people clapped offbeat and the sound system struggled every Sunday. But even then, one thing stood out: his voice, smooth, pure, healing. His talent earned him recognition long before fame found him. By the time he entered the professional music world, he was already writing songs for established gospel artists. What made him unique was simple. He didn't just sing, he ministered through music. His breakthrough came with the hit song Nothing Without You, a track so powerful, so emotional, and so universally loved that it didn't just climb gospel charts, it dominated them. Suddenly, South Africans began asking, who is this Dr. Tumi, and where has he been all this time? Awards followed, television interviews followed, invitations from mega churches poured in. He wasn't just a gospel artist anymore. He was a national treasure, a healing voice in a struggling country, a doctor during the week, and a worship leader on the weekend. His next hits proved he wasn't a one-song wonder. You Are Here, Wafika, The Great Shepherd, Love on the Cross. Each one solidified him as South Africa's leading modern worship artist. As fame grew, so did ambition. Inspired by Casper Nyovest's Fill Up movement, Dr. Tumi set out to do something unheard of in South African gospel history. Fill up the Ticketpro Dome with only gospel music. Many laughed. Many said it was impossible. Many believed gospel was too quiet, too church-like, too safe to fill a stadium. But Dr. Tumi believed differently. And then it happened. Thousands filled the dome. Families drove from across provinces. People cried, worshipped, prayed, and lifted their hands. For the first time, gospel music proved it could stand shoulder to shoulder with mainstream events. This moment marked the peak of his career. He had fame, respect, influence, and a reputation for being one of the cleanest, most trustworthy artists in the industry. But little did he know, with fame comes attention. With attention comes pressure. And in the music industry, even gospel, every door opened is not from God. Some doors hide shadows. While most people believe gospel music is pure, holy, and untouched by greed or corruption, the truth behind the scenes is very different. The industry is filled with managers who steal money, choir members who demand payment, producers who fight for credits, event organizers who manipulate artists, pastors who treat musicians like cash machines, record labels that take up to 70% of an artist's earnings. And worst of all, there are alliances, cliques, and political games disguised as ministry. People fight for stages, for recognition, for awards, for sponsorships. Gospel may sound holy on stage, but behind the scenes, it can be darker than the mainstream music world. And this is the world Dr. Tumi walked into, innocently at first, until a single financial scandal would threaten to destroy everything he built. In 2021, South Africa woke up to breaking news. Dr. Tumi and his wife were arrested for allegedly submitting fraudulent documents to the National Lotteries Commission and benefiting over 1.5 million rand in funds. This was shocking for several reasons. Gospel artists rarely get arrested publicly. His image was spotless until that moment. He was always seen as humble, clean, and a man of integrity. People were torn. Some defended him. Some condemned him. Some waited for proof. But the fact remained. He was now officially tied to scandal. The image of him being escorted by police in plain clothes, wearing a hoodie, confused and silent, that picture shook the entire country. Church members were silent. Radio stations paused his music. People who once praised him started distancing themselves. The media had a new headline every day. But what many people didn't know at the time, this scandal didn't start with Dr. Tumi. It started with the people around him, the dark side of the industry he trusted. In the gospel world, not everyone who smiles at you is a believer. Some are business people, some are opportunists, some want fame, some want power, some want money. Several gospel artists have shared stories of being pushed into signing contracts they don't understand, joining teams that handle finances, working with organizations that abuse funding systems, doing free shows while others profit, being pressured into political partnerships. Many artists trust the wrong people because they want to stay humble and avoid looking worldly. They hand over their finances. They sign whatever their managers give them. They rely on people they meet in church, and sometimes those same people drag them into crime without them even knowing. This appears to be part of what happened to Dr. Tumi. After months of public humiliation, legal battles, and silence, something unexpected happened. The charges were dropped. The court revealed Dr. Tumi did not personally submit the fraudulent documents. He did not benefit from the money directly. The real orchestrators were others in the organization. He and his wife were cleared of wrongdoing. He walked out of court a free man. But freedom does not erase damage. His reputation was bruised. His career was shaken. His supporters were confused. And the gospel industry exposed. Dr. Tumi came forward, sharing that the experience opened his eyes to how dark the industry truly is. He spoke about manipulation, false prophets, industry politics, and the pressure placed on artists. He realized that not everyone working under the banner of gospel is there for God. Some are there for money, some for power, some for influence. His story became more than a scandal. It became a warning. Dr. Tumi's arrest exposed uncomfortable truths. 1. Gospel artists are not protected. Unlike mainstream musicians with lawyers, managers, and strong teams, gospel artists often rely on church members and volunteers who are not trained. 2. Success attracts wolves. Once Dr. Tumi filled the dome, people began approaching him with deals, partnerships, and opportunities, not all of them clean. 3. The industry is full of hidden power struggles. There are unofficial gatekeepers who decide which artist performs where, who wins awards, who gets sponsorships, who gets media coverage. 4. Artists are pressured to appear perfect. They cannot complain. They cannot admit stress. They cannot reveal financial struggles because gospel fans want them to be angels, not humans. 5. Mistakes become scandals instantly. In mainstream music, scandals are normal. In gospel, a small mistake destroys careers. After clearing his name, Dr. Tumi didn't disappear. He rose again, stronger, wiser, and more cautious. He focused on building music independently, protecting his brand, being selective about partnerships, educating artists on financial traps, maintaining a cleaner, more transparent ministry. He released new music, continued healing people through worship, and rebuilt his platform step by step. His story is not just about a scandal. It is about survival in an industry that pretends to be pure, but hides layers of greed and corruption. The gospel industry is full of beautiful voices, but behind the lights, microphones, and hallelujahs lies a world of jealousy, politics, backstabbing, financial exploitation, spiritual manipulation, industry traps. Dr. Tumi's rise and fall revealed what many artists are afraid to say out loud. His story is a reminder that even in gospel music, not everything that shines is holy. Not every hand is clean. Not every opportunity is God sent. Illuminati exists in the space too. But it is also proof that redemption is possible. Truth survives, and no darkness can defeat someone who walks in light. From filling up the dome, to being handcuffed after a worship concert, to standing in court, to revealing the hidden battles within gospel music. Dr. Tumi's journey is one of the most dramatic, controversial, and eye-opening stories South African music has ever seen. And as the dust settles, one thing remains true. Sometimes the biggest battles are fought behind the stage, not on it. If you find this helpful, please share to your church friends. Don't forget to like, comments, and most importantly, subscribe for many videos. Thank you.